Hello there, and welcome back to Mega Man. In the last video, we went through all 6 Robot Masters, which I guess that's another weird thing I didn't think to mention. There are only 6 in this game. 8 is the standard, starting with the next game. But we're going for Dr. Wily now. And I have a few things to say that I missed. I say missed. I like this little animation. Also, Wily's fatter in this game. His stomach goes out more than in the sequels. But Fireman was made for waste disposal, so burning trash. I was exactly right. The fire weapon is called the Firestorm. And the thing that I started talking about and then forgot about was I was talking about the organization of the series, which, like, what platforms which games came out on. For classic Mega Man, there were 6 games on the NES, 1 through 6. I like freezing these dudes. That's the thing I was talking about earlier. And then there was 1 game on the Super Nintendo, Mega Man 7. That's actually not true. There were 2 on the Super Nintendo, Mega Man 7 and Mega Man and Bass is its American name, but it's known as Rockman and Forte in Japan, and it didn't come out here, so Rockman and Forte for the Super Famicom. This part sucks. This is my least favorite part of the entire game. But after the Super Nintendo was the PlayStation era. I hate this so much. There is you can freeze them low enough from this platform that you can get on it, but I hate it so much. Like that, you can do that kind of thing. Then, sorry, after the Super Nintendo was the PlayStation era, and for Mega Man Classic, that was Mega Man 8 only on PlayStation. And then Mega Man and Bass got a GBA port. And there's also the Bandai Wonder Swan sequel to Mega Man and Bass called Rockman and Forte Mirai Kara no Shosensha, which I don't remember what that means exactly. Mirai means future, obviously. And then there wasn't another main classic game until 2009? 2008, I think. It was when Mega Man 9 came out. Released for digital platforms, and that was essentially a retro revival kind of game, which 2008's fairly early for that, although it was kind of right in the beginning of that. And it's basically Mega Man 9. This is a great example of what to do with the Ice Slasher again. Mega Man 9 is styled just like Mega Man 1 and 2, whereas the series changed after a while. But there's a glitch I want to show. Actually, it doesn't matter because they just off-screen themselves. The glitch here that I like, where you can just do that. Just wrap around the screen. It's not hard to get around those spikes. If I die, I'll show that, obviously. Which I probably will. In fact, I will, because I want to show a thing. Well, there you go anyway. The platforms don't last very long, so you gotta be careful. That was a weird sound. So usually what I do is just... Actually, that's not what I usually do. Usually I use the magnet beam, but you can just jump there. This part is hard to not take at least a hit there. But dying kind of sucks, because you need magnet beam energy. This part up ahead, you need it for. Which sucks. It's poorly thought out. Because if you don't have the magnet beam, you just can't do this part. If you don't know how the magnet beam works, then you also won't be able to do it. It's really bad, actually. Like, I always get the magnet beam, but... And actually, to be clear, that's why I start with... Getting annoyed now that I got sidetracked again from talking about the series organization, but that's why I start with Gutsman, is because you can actually also break those blocks with the Thunder Beam. Usually feels like a waste because the Thunder Beam is so good, and the Super Arm is not. But if you don't have the Super Arm, then the first time you go to a Lekman stage, you can't do anything. You can't get the Magnet Beam, so you have to revisit the stage, which sucks. Starting with Gutsman means that you don't have to revisit any stages. Shit. I'm being wasteful here. You can place them too high to be able to jump on. And now I'm actually going to I'll show the glitch here, although I'm out of practice, so I might not do it very well. But this is... Oh, wait. This is the boss where you can break it. Oh, nah, I jumped too early there. By doing this. I'm pausing, and I'm pausing too quickly. There's a rhythm to it. But you can cause... I'm not going to do it again, because if I beat him, then I can't come back here, and I'm going to kill myself. Because I'm not going to cheat on this fight. But that is a thing you can do, and that's the Yellow Devil. First appearance of a devil enemy in the series, obviously. Having lives is good, too, so I'm fine with doing that. Fine with having to restart, and I can even show the Thunderbeam thing here. They'll remain frozen even after you unpause. God, those dudes have a lot of health. That is not worth it. But, as I was saying, Classic Series, 6 games in NES, 1 on Super Nintendo, another, well, 2 in Japan, and then Mega Man based on GBA, 8 on PlayStation. That's not fully in order, but it's fine. I had it in order before. And then Mega Man 9 on digital stores, and then Mega Man 10 in 2010, which was still a retro revival kind of thing. They're both NES-styled visually, but 10 adds more mechanics, and it feels a little bit more like the later games. And yeah, you can break these with Thunderbeam. And then that was it. That was it for main classic games. I should specify main games, because the Classic Series has a ton of spin-offs. Also, if you're low on health, you can do... Careful not to drop. You can do... not really. You can use the Magnum to get through there. It doesn't go through walls, I forgot, but... Also, don't pause here. That's dangerous. That's risky business. Oh yeah, one shot. The Yellow Devil's weak to the Thunderbeam, so you want to be careful. But the next main Mega Man game in the Classic Series wasn't until 2018. I already showed the glitch, so I'm not going to do it again, because it is kind of cheating. Not that this is hard to get around, but it still feels like cheating. In 2018, we got Mega Man 11, which is one of only 2 new Mega Man games to have come out in the last 10 years. Oh, careful. Getting hit means that you're not going forward as much, and there's a high chance that the platforms will disappear sooner than you expect if you're not paying attention. The only other Mega Man game to come out in the last 10 years has been Mega Man X Dive, which is a mobile Mega Man X game. Otherwise, all we've gotten are collections, and I'm okay with that, because the collections have been awesome. But I would very much like to see a Mega Man X9, or even Mega Man 12, or obviously people want Legends 3, and I'm sure I will want that once I get through Legends 2. And new Battle Network and new Star Force games would be cool, too. The Zero and ZX series would be a little weird to get a sequel, I think. I think the Zero series ends quite definitively, although I haven't finished it, obviously. I've heard that it ends quite definitively. Ow. The ZX series is basically a follow-up to that. But I doubt either of those two series will ever get new games. Okay, I need to do better than that. This fight's hard. It is hard. It is the only boss fight in this game, I think, that is particularly hard. I might be exaggerating. The main difficult thing is dodging. I have the pattern of the blocks ridiculously memorized. I have played this game so many times, and I love this fight, because I find it very satisfying to dodge. You just want to dodge, jump up, shoot once, and then land again. And then generally you won't get hit. I'll explain the pattern in a sec. It's always the same pattern. 1, 1, 1. 2 at once. Then 1, and a low one you just short hop for. So it's basically 3 individual ones, 2 together, and then 2 at the end. Just like that. It's fun. I like that fight. I find it very satisfying. I also didn't mention the weapon that Bomb Man gives you. It's obviously Gutsman's weakness, and it's called the Hyper Bomb. It also sucks as far as usability as a weapon. Now, this is the stage that I usually have trouble with. I know people often get stuck at the Yellow Devil, but once you memorize his pattern, he's not too bad. And this part specifically reminds me of Cat Icarus's review of Mega Man Powered Up on the PSP, which is a remake of this game. He takes particular issue with that part because of the stuttering every time you move, which is maintained, actually. I don't know why I'm checking my pause menu. You actually can't use his weakness against him in the refights because it doesn't give you super arm block. Aw, you bitch. I almost beat you without taking a hit. Cutman's not too bad. You can get used to his pattern. Once he dies, the cutter doesn't come back. It just goes until it exits the screen. Like Mega Man X1, the refights exist within the stage, instead of having their own, are spread throughout the first stage, instead of having their own teleporter room, which starts in the next game. It's more understandable here, because that concept didn't exist yet. I always forget where the fall-through block is on these two different sections, because it's different. I should switch off from this, because that's what I'm going to be facing, is Electman. And he does lots of damage. Shit, there we go. Not so much. He doesn't do a lot of damage if you touch him. It's specifically. Can you kill these things? I'm not actually sure. I don't know why I'm refilling that. I don't want to use this on the boss. I very specifically do not want to. No, it's useful over here though. But this is the stage that I have trouble with. Generally. I want this life. I have a hard time on the boss. Magnet Beam's real useful. It's essentially the equivalent of Rush, who's not in this game, or the next one. Like I said, this series is all about iterative improvements. Each game makes small improvements, as well as a few major ones. Now, I didn't specifically mention, classic series aficionados might be wondering why I'm not sliding or charging. Obviously, a lot of people are familiar with this game, but I figure it's worth at least pointing out. You can't. In this game, all you can do is jump and shoot. Jump and shoot, man. Egoraptor reference. Reference to the same video I've talked about before. Is this the boss right here? I think it is. Yeah, it just starts. Tetraminoes, which is only a couple on screen, but I always think of that when I see grids of colored squares like this. But this boss is Copy Mega Man? I actually don't remember what he's called. He is annoying. He will copy whatever weapon you have equipped. Usually I just use the Mega Buster, because I find that to be the most effective. He doesn't really have a weakness, as far as I know and or remember. Ow, that sucks. I'm gonna kill these guys. Try to get some energy. Oh! Let's see. Oh, come on, man. Give me something. That sucks. This boss is the reason why I often die here, and it sucks because if you die, if you get a game over, then you have to refight Cutman and Electman. But there's something else I was going to mention. I don't know. The Firestorm is also okay for this fight. He jumps. He jumps whenever you shoot. Yeah. Ugh, he's so unpredictable. Which isn't exactly true. Sometimes he charges at you, sometimes he doesn't. That's the part that fucks me up. Ah. I don't know why. I guess I would have wanted a life there. We're not even certain enemies can drop lives in this game. Can't think of an example where I've seen that. I'm sure it can happen, but this video might actually end up being a little long, depending on how many tries it takes me to get through the Wily stages here. It could also be pretty short if I do this here and then wreck the next level. Because I believe there's only one level left after this. You can do little shots Usually I recommend shooting and jumping kind of like this, but being a little more cautious. Usually I recommend doing short hops and shots like this. Yeah, exactly like this, but it's hard because he changes direction sometimes, and I don't know if there's a way to predict whether or not he'll charge you. Oh. And if he's on you, it can be real hard to avoid taking hits. You can also sometimes just sit still and mash, and sometimes he'll jump like that. I don't have like very concrete advice for that fight. Basically, try to do what I did and see if it works. It's a little rough. Actually, I'm gonna check what his name is, because like all the Mega Man games I've played, I have a list of weaknesses. Poppy Robot is his name. I have written down that he has no weaknesses, but I recommend the Mega Buster, and that's true. Oh, that's right. Your weapon energy is not refilled between Wily stages. Nice. I also forgot about this level, so no, there are 2 more levels left. I completely forgot this level existed. Here, you want to run forward, and then once the water starts, don't run anymore. Well, you can in the beginning. It starts by spawning these penguins, but after a bit, it'll swap them to the explodey dudes from Fireman stage after a pause like that. So now you don't want to hold right anymore. If you just mash, well, actually, I would recommend not mashing. Stagger your shots like this, and just hold still. The water will push you, and they'll all die before they can get to you. If you hold forward and mash, then they'll explode and kill you. Well, they'll explode on you and hurt you. Which I can show that real quick. You'll run into the explosion, basically. He is weak to the super arm. Also, it's worth pointing out that apparently there are actually bosses aren't all weak to just one weapon. Electman is also weak to the super arm. I was wrong. Iceman is also weak to the hyper bomb. And this boss is actually weak to both the super arm and Firestorm, which I didn't realize or I forgot. It's easy to get hit in that corner because they're still spawning when you hit there. Well, I actually recommend not using the super arm right away. I didn't realize he's weak to Firestorm, but I guess, is it just because it does a lot of damage? I am wrong. He's not weak to the Firestorm. Don't do that. Why do I have that? I'm gonna take that off. Just my list. He is called CWU-01P. Each one takes more hits to kill than the previous one. It'll spawn in 7 of them. So I recommend killing 3 of them with the Mega Buster. Jesus. And then killing him with this. Obviously, if you can do the glitch... Shit. If you can do the glitch... Oh, and they also move faster each time. Oh, no! Do not do this! Cool, okay. If you die to him, I believe those blocks don't respawn, so it's harder if you fail the first time. Yeah. Not go away, alarm. Why do I have an alarm set? That must be from, yesterday. If you're fast here, you can avoid any damage by doing exactly that. Those dudes appear, and it's a lot harder to kill them than it is to just avoid them. You also can be between their shots, but it's a really small window, so I don't really recommend relying on that. That would be good. Yeah. I want that. Can I? Yeah. I can do this. Because the Thunder Beam is really good for this part. It's good for killing these dudes before they can get a chance to hit you. Otherwise, they can be kind of hard to avoid. Yeah. This is a good demonstration of the ladder thing I was talking about, where he just looped to the top. It's weird. You can follow that platform, but I don't recommend it. But now I don't have any Magnet Beam, so... Oh, I thought I could land and jump. There's a checkpoint right here, though, isn't there? No, there's not. There's no checkpoint prior to the part right after that. Yeah. It's not too bad to just blip through that. I'm doing okay on time. This level's not... Whoa, that looked weird. I think his pellet spawned in the wall and teleported away. That's actually a glitch you can exploit in like speedruns. Where if you can glitch into the wall... I kind of screwed myself there. If you can glitch into the wall, holding back will make you go really fast forward. Weird. It's called zipping, actually. I forgot that it had a name. Thought that was gonna hit me for some reason. Okay. But now we gotta do this legitimately. I forgot that I wouldn't get my energy back, because I'm used to the later X games now. Oh, that's a tight jump, actually. Why did I come here? So unnecessary. That item refills all of your stuff. It's great. It's called the Ashichi. It's a thing that's in other Capcom games, too. This is a teleporter. I want Firestorm. I can remember things. Yeah, the first two refights are within the second Wily stage. And the last 4 are in the last one. This is the last one. Clear. The next one, I want Thunder Beam, right? I'm gonna... Yes. No. I want Ice Slasher. Ugh, I have such a hard time dodging Fireman consistently. He is the reason why I would have trouble with a Buster-only run. You also can't pause while their explosion particles are on screen. Here, switch to Thunder Beam, and mash. Different to his normal fight, because there's a teleporter right there, you just immediately leave. And it's really easy. Gutsman is arguably easier without his weakness. But with it, I suppose it is easier to time jumps to avoid damage. Because if you jump right before he lands... There we go. That's good. That's good. I want fire for the first form of this fight. So yeah, that's the last 4 refights. Completed in record fucking time. Yeah. I want to refill fire. And we're already on Wily. Typically, Wily fights have a Wily machine and a Wily capsule. But not in this game. It's just the Wily. It's just 2 stages of the Wily machine. First form is weak to the Firestorm. The best thing to do is get up close so your shield hits it multiple times. And his second form has 2 weaknesses. I can't pause yet because the... Did I just use the glitch on myself? Wasn't actually paying attention to how much damage I was taking. Ow. This fight can be really hard to avoid. Oh, shit. Damn, man. Okay. How many tries do I have here? Because this could be a little rough. Oof. Okay. First form is fire, and you want to do it quickly. Don't mash the pause button like I was doing there. I don't know if I actually did a lot of damage to myself there or not. I wasn't paying attention. But it's not too bad to do his first form without taking a hit, but it's also easy to take at least one. The second form is fairly difficult. Oh yeah, it's really hard to... It's okay. It's actually pretty hard to avoid taking at least one hit. You can pause right there. He'll shoot this spiraling thing at you, whatever elevation you're at. And it can be real difficult to avoid, depending on how it comes out exactly. The slowdown of the Thunder Beam is actually pretty useful for this. The Thunder Beam will hit twice. Oh, there we go. That was so close. A rock and roll. I guess I haven't beaten this on PC before. Nice. Oh, it's always intense. It's not that hard, but it's intense. If you place it really well, the rolling cutter can actually deal 3 hits to him. Oh, that went by so fast. I was actually expecting this game to take 3 episodes, but I think, barring some trouble I might have in the next 2 games, well, no. Mega Man 3 is definitely going to be at least 3 parts. Mega Man has ended the evil domination of Dr. Wily and restored the world to peace. I love this song. However, the never-ending battle continues until all destructive forces are defeated. I believe, by the way, all of this text is in the Japanese version too. Fight Mega Man for everlasting peace. I think the only thing they changed is Rockman to Mega Man, which is part of why the wording is so weird, although it probably would have been just as weird if it was translated by Capcom of America or Nintendo of America. It would have been Nintendo of America, I think. Because the localization on a lot of NES games was terrible. But yeah, so there you go. There's Mega Man 1. Did that just... That looked really weird. Mega Man, like, as his sprite changed, it, like, teleported. But yeah, here's Mega Man without his armor. This is Brock. It's rare to actually see him entirely without armor. Usually you see him with armor without his helmet. Although it depends. Some of the games show him in human outfits. But yeah, that's Mega Man. I appreciate anyone watching this very short series. Yuki-chan's Papa. There are a lot of funny names in the credits of Capcom games, and Konami games for that matter. But yeah, there's Dr. Thomas Light and Roll. Presented by Capcom USA. Okay, maybe it was localized by Capcom of America. Capcom USA, whatever. Yeah, that's it. It brings you back to the stage select, so I will see you guys for Mega Man 2. Or I guess first Mega Man X6, probably, but then Mega Man 2. Thanks for watching.